You suck. Suck, suck, suck. Suck, suck, suck. Suck, suck, suck. Suck, suck, suck. So much.
She okay?
No.
Bear Bailey, a story of male fragility, obsession isn't about love. It's about a man who never became himself. What disturbed me most about obsession wasn't the horror or even the obsession itself. It was the desperation. Bear Bailey doesn't enter the story as a man who knows who he is. He's a young guy working at a music store, quietly crumbling under an identity he's never built. His confidence is borrowed. His emotional stability depends entirely on one woman's validation. When he makes that fateful wish on the one-wish willow, he isn't seeking partnership. He's seeking completion, a psychological life support system. Hollywood romanticizes "you complete me." Psychologically, it's a confession of incompleteness. Bear doesn't simply want Nikki. He needs her before he has ever become himself. That's the deeper horror. The core tragedy is projection, fantasy, and violation. Carl Jung warned about this danger. A man unconsciously places his missing psychological qualities, confidence, purpose, meaning, onto a woman, especially the anima, his inner feminine image. Instead of integrating those qualities himself through hard inner work, he turns a real person into salvation. Bear takes this to its darkest extreme. He doesn't love Nikki. He fantasizes her. He constructs an imaginary version of her because he has no solid identity of his own. He doesn't know her feelings, doesn't respect her boundaries, and ignores every signal that she doesn't want him that way. Even when she begs him in her sleep not to violate her, he proceeds anyway. He knows she is trapped inside her own body, yet he uses her. This isn't passion or love. It's the vile outcome of deep insecurity and a man who has never done the work to become whole. This pattern isn't rare. Many men, lacking a developed self, rush into relationships from a place of fragility. They seek social validation and emotional completion rather than building independence, discipline, and self-respect first. In that ungrounded state, the love becomes fictitious, a projection that inevitably breeds resentment, control, instability, and violence when reality intrudes. Bear's story shows this from beginning to end. Mental and physical collapse, boundary violations, and moral cowardice. This is the societal conveyor belt and the crisis of unformed men. Bear is a mascot for a broader crisis, the deluge of men who are placed on a societal conveyor belt to convert young adults into their performance roles. The provider, the husband, the worker, the family man, the retiree, then death. They wear the costume of manhood but never truly fill it out because they were never given the space or took the responsibility to develop their inner selves. Richard Reeves and others document the fallout. Boys falling behind, declining male labor participation, friendship recession, post-divorce struggles, and existential loneliness. High male suicide rates. Roughly 75 to 80% of completions in many Western countries aren't just weakness. They reflect men chasing performative roles without ever integrating purpose or self-knowledge. The result is exactly what we see in Bear, a man who doesn't know himself, so he cannot truly know or respect a woman. He clings to fantasy, demands completion from her, and when it fails, the fragility turns destructive. What healthy manhood really looks like is found in ancient wisdom because it offered a better path. Christ as a model of manhood blazed the path his boundaries, self-knowledge, spiritual depth, sacrificial leadership rooted in inner strength and alignment with higher truth, not defined by romance or external validation. Carl Jung called this individuation, becoming whole first, so love becomes a free choice, not a desperate necessity. Healthy manhood means doing the inner work, purpose, discipline, self-reflection, responsibility, and control over one's impulses before seeking to share life with someone else. Bear never did this. Even at the end, his cowardice remained. He knew what he had done. He reached for suicide, took the pills, but hesitated, scared to face full responsibility, even in death. He wanted the escape without truly owning the consequences of a life built on fantasy and violation. Because obsession is more than a horror film. It's a reflection. The real monster isn't just the supernatural wish. It's the emptiness that came before it. A man who has never become himself doesn't love a woman. He asks her to become his identity. No relationship survives that weight. The violence, the instability, the violation, all flow from that original failure to build a self.
I feel like you don't love me as much as I do. Like it's not